Today, I'm going to show you how to make a paper airplane. You may think that I'm going to show you how to make one that looks like this, similar to what you would have made when you were a kid, but I'm actually going to show you how to make one of these, which is actually a lot easier than you may think, and it's pretty fun to use too. I've been making these for years, and I've actually taken some to some competitions and thrown against other paper airplanes. So by the end of this video, you should be a proficient pilot in using this model. I'm going to show you what supplies you need, how to construct it, and some different ways you can throw it and kind of use it. Making a paper airplane and throwing it around is always a good way to relieve some stress, but there is no paper airplane without the supplies. So really, the only required supply is this piece of paper. But I'm going to also be using some tape, a gift card to kind of help fold my creases a little better, and a paper clip. So I mean, some of this is optional, but I do recommend using all of it. The paper clip, it really kind of helps it fly a little bit further by giving it some extra weight, but there's really not much of the supplies, so let's get right into how to make it. First, you're gonna take your paper, have it sideways, and you want to fold it about a third. You want to fold it a third of the way down. Nice. And use my card here. Just run it along my creases. Help get them nice and crisp here. And then after that, you want to take your third and you want to fold that in half. Again, just using my card to help my folds here. So right now, your paper should look like this. And then you're gonna take this part right here and you're gonna fold it in half again. Next, it should look like this, and then you're gonna just take your paper and you're gonna run it up and down the edge of a table to kind of help give it some curve. That's gonna help it when you fold it into a circle here. So after a few curves, your paper should look like this, should have a nice little curve to it. And then after that, you want to unfold your last crease. And then you're going to fold it around in a circle, and there's going to be 3 little pieces of paper here. You're going to take the single sheet and fold it back against the big part, and then you're going to tuck all of it in on the other side, like so. And then that's how you get your circle look. And then after that, you're going to fold your creases back in to secure it. Then once you have that, kind of shape your circle a little bit to your liking. Then this is where I'm going to use the tape. It just kind of helps secure the build a little bit better, makes it throw a little smoother. I'm going to end up using 3 pieces of tape. Just going to take them about this big, and I'm just going to put them down along where my two sides meet up on the circle. And on my third piece down here at the end, I'm actually going to loop it around to the other side, just so I have some security on both sides of the fold here. And then after that, really, your paper airplane could be complete, but this is where I'm going to use my paper clip, and I'm just going to put it on right down along the crease here. So hopefully you were able to construct this model and get it to look like this. I know that it can be kind of tricky getting the circle to match up and getting it hooked up, so feel free to go back and look at that again to watch as many times you need to until you get it to look the way you feel that it should. And then, so really there's a couple different ways that you can throw this. You can kind of throw it down and it gets a little bit extra speed to it, but I recommend holding it up here with your paper clip facing the air and kind of throwing it up. That way, that's going to allow it to get some more distance, and the paper clip's going to kind of pull it back down, and it's going to kind of go up and down a little bit. So really, I mean, you can take the paper clip off. It's going to help it stay in the air a little bit longer, but I like to have a little bit more distance to mine, see how far I can really throw it, kind of test my build out a little bit. So I'm going to keep the paper clip on. And really, I mean, hopefully these throwing techniques can help you kind of find a preference, and you can get out there and start having some fun with your paper airplane. So after this, you should be well on your way to being a proficient airplane pilot with this build. If you're not already there, I mean, because it's pretty easy. So hopefully you were able to find the supplies you need just laying around the house or the office. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to it because all you really have to have is a piece of paper, but I do at least recommend the tape. The instructions that I gave, they should have allowed you to follow the correct construction of the airplane, but if not, just keep watching. You will get it down. I promise once you get it, it's super easy. And hopefully these throwing techniques they gave you two different ways that this thing can be used, and it's your job to figure out which one you like best so you can get out there and become the best pilot you can. Remember, you're never too old to revert back to your childhood ways and make a paper airplane. Thank you.